Hi, today we're going to do arms. So you're going to need either a little set of weights. I'm just using 2 3-pound weights. You might want to use a couple of small water bottles, maybe a couple of cans of beans or soup or whatever you might be able to find lying around. Alternatively, you don't need to use any weights at all. You could even use a flex band, perhaps attached to the chair that you're sitting on. You can modify as you see fit. So I'm choosing to sit on what I would call the reformer box. Sitting on a chair would be absolutely fine. You can do this standing if you prefer. It's entirely up to you. So you're going to pick up both of your weights, your bottles, your whatever you're using. I would refer to weights throughout, regardless if you're using something differently. And I want you to imagine you're squeezing something a little between your knees. Keep your big toes nice and flat. And I'm going to slowly from there spin the upper arm bone around. Take a little bend into the elbows. Really really tall through the crown of the head. And I want to lift both arms up. And then draw them back, keeping that little bend into the elbows. Lift, draw them back. Lift, draw them back. Now I'm keeping that little tiny bend in my elbow. When I take the arms back, I'm opening through the front of my chest. Down, up, 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 and up. A couple more. One more. And pause. Now bring your middle fingers so that they touch. Keep them at about chest height. Open. Little tiny bend into your elbows. Hug an imaginary oak tree. Open. Hug. Open. Hug. Open. Hug. Open. Hug. So really focus again on opening through the front of your chest. Hug, open, hug. We'll do 2 more. Keep breathing wide and full. Pause. Now we're going to bring those elbows in and draw the elbows back behind us. Palms in an offering form, forwards and up and back in. Now notice how the palms are always facing up. Check in with those knees that they haven't splayed outwardly. Keep that weight predominantly towards your big toes, that will help. Reach, draw back, reach. Imagine you're pulling your elbows back towards the back wall. Open the chest, reach, reach. One more, reach. Bringing it down, spinning it around now, and just take your elbows a little higher and let your shoulder blades sink down. Forwards, out, forwards, out. So this is a little arm series that we do on the reformer machine, but obviously your hands are in straps and you're attached to a system of springs and pulleys. It's very similar. Push, back, push and back. 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. And pause. Take a little moment. Make sure there's no tension at all in your shoulders. And this time, I'm just going to spin it around. I'm going to take the hands, pretty much clasp them together, or I certainly have my fingertips and my thumbs touching. I'm going to take a little hinge forwards, drawing my hands back as far as I can manage, elbows almost pointing up towards the ceiling. Reach straight up. Now be careful of your neck. You don't want to be creating tension in that neck. And reach. It'll probably be easier for you to pitch forwards if you're on a higher chair. My box is quite low, therefore it's harder to pitch forwards quite so easily. Reach. Reach. And reach. And reach. Try not to let that upper arm, that's elbow to shoulder, move at all. And reach out. and bring it all the way back down by your side. So the next one, we're going to bring the arms all the way up, palms face. Take them a little out so they're nearly past your body, but I can still see them in my peripheral vision. Small circles. The focus being on your upper arm bone again. I'm keeping my shoulder blades nice and stable throughout. Circle and circle. Circle and circle. We'll do 2 more and 1 more. Pause. We'll do 8 the other way. 7, 6. Keep breathing. Growing tall through the crown of your head. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now squeeze that oak tree again and out to the side. Squeeze it and bring it down by your sides. Lift and open. Close and down. Lift and open. Squeeze the oak tree and down. Lift and open. Squeeze and down. Let's do 2 more. Open, squeeze. Don't let your head wobble about on top of your spine. Open. We'll just do 1 more. Down, lift, open, squeeze, and just bring your arms down and pop your weights down for a moment. So you might want to stretch your shoulders out, bring one across, and you could just hold like so. I'll give you lots of different angles. So here, keep that shoulder nice and long and lengthened. And we'll do the same on the other side. Keep the shoulder down. So you can quite literally just apply a little bit of pressure into that elbow, relax the shoulder, and breathe. And then you can bring this arm all the way up and over. You can hold onto your elbow, take a little stretch, whatever feels good to you. Just feel that lovely, lovely stretch. Position so that your head can still lengthen. Bringing it down, we'll do the same on the other side. Just a nice little stretch again. And all the way down, and just circle. 2 and 3. And we'll go the other way. 3 and 2 and 1. Now we're going to spin it around and do some little tricep dips. So if you've got a chair, can you make sure that it is a sturdy chair? And you'll only go as far down as you can control and maintain your form. So the edge of the hand comes onto, or the heel of the hand comes onto the edge of your chair. Hover your bottom off. Take your feet forwards. You can have them slightly parted if you wish. Now imagine somebody was prodding you between your shoulder blades. And you're just going to allow your elbows to go back behind you and push up. The elbows go straight back behind you, push up. 3, push up. 4, push up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hop onto your chair for a moment. Maybe a few little flamenco wrists, one way and the other way. We're going to repeat. But this time, we're going to take the feet a little further out. So this is slightly more advanced. If you want to just repeat on the last version, then please do. So we're going to take the legs out, push the big toes away from you, little toes towards you, down, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bringing your feet back. Please be careful. The chair that you choose, make sure that it's really stable when you do that. Again, maybe just work those wrists a couple of times. And you might want to, once again, find that little stretch where you can bring the arm close towards the head, lengthen the shoulders, maybe even a little lateral flexion on both sides. So I'm going to put the box away. So if you pop your chair out of the way, we're going to come down and we're going to think about single side triceps now. So if this isn't for you, you could maybe do a few more triceps or just see how you get on. So I'm going to sit on or rest on my right side, and I'm going to place my left hand down. And I'm going to take my other arm, and you can either hold it like so or around your waist. I'm going to make sure that I can feel that tricep working. And I'm keeping my head in alignment with my spine. The top leg will reach away to try and keep that top hip reaching away from my waist. And I'm going to bend my elbow as though I was listening to the mat and bring it back up. Then listen, back up. 3, back up. 4, back up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Pause carefully. Come into a little Z-sit position if you can. We'll just find some lateral flexion again. Remember, parting your ribs. You can hold your wrist, take a little stretch. And while you're there, try and keep from the waist down really stable. Open up towards the ceiling. And back to center. Rotate towards the floor. All the way back up. We'll do exactly the same on the other side. So carefully position your top hand onto the floor. Now you might need to reposition that a couple of times just to get it comfortable. It's definitely well in front of my shoulder. And then my other hand is going to just lightly touch that tricep, a good reminder of where we're trying to work. And then from there I'm going to bend that elbow as though it were going back towards my knees. You can make it slightly easier by reaching that top leg out. Down, lift up, down, lift up. We'll do 5. Keep breathing, lovely long neck. Imagine you were listening to the mat, but that doesn't mean to say you're going to take your head independently to the mat. 4, 3, breathing, 2, and 1. All the way up, carefully, Z-sit, up, laterally flexing, hold the wrist, and take a lovely stretch. Keep your shoulders beautifully long and lengthened. And then we'll take a little rotation towards the floor. And back, and a little rotation towards the ceiling. And back, bringing your arms all the way back down. So slowly from there, we're going to bring it into a push-up position. So we've got a hand under each of our shoulders and a knee underneath each of our hip sockets. Can you remember the drawing the forearm out of the wrist and almost up and out of that wrist? That is a concept you're looking for. With the weight divided between 10 fingers. Spread those fingers out, lovely long neck. Now we're going to find initially a little plank position. So you're going to reach one, and then you're going to reach the other. And just hold. So this may be where you stay. And you could play about with this. One comes down, other comes down. Take the other leg out this time. Push, hold. Careful that your head doesn't drop down. Knee, knee, hold. One more. Taking it out, taking it out. So just sort of test the water. See how you're getting on. Bringing it down, bringing it down. Now if you can, from there we're going to come back up again, 1 and 2, and hold. Now this time when you bring the knee down, try not to bring it too far underneath you. And then the other knee. So we've got a nice little, almost obtuse angle at our hip. And then you're going to cross your legs over, lifting them up. Make sure that those hands are directly, or just rather a little in front of your shoulders. And we're going to do one little push-up. And I'm going to try and bring those elbows in towards my waist. Push up. Slowly from there, take both feet out, back to a plank position. Bring them down, cross them over, bring it down, push it up. Down, lift up. Bring them down, cross them over, down, push up. And again, little plank position, down, cross them over. Make sure that those hands aren't too far in front of you. You want your energy to go forwards. And pushing it up. So make any little adjustments that you need to, because where your knees land will ultimately affect the position of your hands. Last one. Bringing it down, pushing it up. And from there, just give yourself a little moment. Stretch it out. I'm almost pushing my breastbone forwards along the mat. Get a little bit of extension for your back. And drag the hands along and lift up. While you give yourself a little break, you can walk your thigh bones. Lift, 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 and lift. Perfect. A little bit of rotation again for your wrists. So, from here we're going to find a box position again. But this time we're going to do a little bit of swimming. So take a wide full inhale, the bottom ribs are in, the neck is beautifully long and lengthened, and I want you to push your middle finger and your big toe away from each other. You're going to slowly from there elevate the arm and the leg. So hopefully that feels pretty good. Now I'm going to take my arm behind my back, and we're going to do a little single arm push up. And again, single arm and back. So it's adding a stability challenge, this, to your box position and to your tricep push up. So down, push up, down, push up. We'll do 4, push up. Almost sort of thinking an internal rotation of that back outstretched leg. Let's go one more. Down, push up. Quietly, hand comes down, knee comes down. Give yourself a little moment. And breathe. All the way back up. We'll do exactly the same on the other side. So push the middle finger and the big toe away and elevate. Make sure that that hand feels like it's directly underneath you. And whenever you're ready, that other hand comes behind your back. And slowly from there, bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Now obviously the lower that you go down, the more challenging this is. Try not to let yourself push backwards. So I don't want to see your head coming miles back behind your hand. You're obviously going to make it much easier for yourself there. And the further forwards your head goes, the more you're going to feel this in your tricep. Let's do 4 and up, 3 and up, 2 and up, 1 and up. Slowly, knee, hand, a little reach back. And finally, bringing it all the way down, just because it's so good for us, a little bit of back extension, obviously using our arms again. So slowly from there, weight to your pubic bone. My hands initially are going to be either side of the mat. Try and let your big toes feel heavy. The head, neck and chest lifts. And then slowly from there, your eyes begin to follow a line along the floor in front of you, up the wall, all the way up and up and up, and feel both arms supporting you in this position. And again, bend your elbows and bring it back down. So you can keep it at that level if you wish, but otherwise, your hands come a little closer in, and slowly from there, you're going to bring your legs a little closer in too, just to increase your challenge. Head, neck and chest lifts. Eyes begin to move forwards, elbows reaching back in opposition. Feel both arms now as you draw that length into your spine, and elbows draw back to bring it back down. If you feel it's too far, a little too close towards the armpits, take your hands a little further up towards the top of your mat. Lift your head, neck and chest. Eyes, ribs follow the eyes. Really drawing that belly in, the pubic bone is weighted. And elbows come back and down. And we'll do one more. Lift the head, neck and chest. The eyes move forwards, all the way up. And slowly bringing it back down. Taking your hands towards your armpits, push all the way up. Allow yourself to stretch all the way down onto those heels. Walk your hands to one side of the mat. This will also give you a nice stretch on the underside of your arm as you lift your opposite seat bone up and over, opposite heel to the hands or the side that you have taken your hands to. Push your armpit on the mat side down into the floor. You should get a lovely stretch there. Bring it around to the other side. Opposite seat bone up and over opposite heel. And feel that lovely stretch. Let your neck go nice and easy. And then back to center. And upside down V, push those heels down. Spike your seat bones. And slowly from there you'll walk your feet towards your hands. Spike those seat bones again, hands towards your feet. And restack with control the low back, the middle back, the upper back, the eyes. And then allow those arms to lift, to reach, to come all the way down. Circle your shoulders once, twice, 3 times. Bring the arm again once across, once up, a little lateral flexion, and back and down and up and over. And really feel that lovely stretch. And a little across and shake them out.